Good morning everyone and welcome to Animal of the Day on Education Live. I'm Zookeeper Chad and I'm from Mogo Wildlife Park, and today I have with me a very special friend of mine, Baru, and he's a Binturong. Now to me, Binturongs almost look make-believe, almost somehow mythical. They are typically called a bear cat, yet they are neither a bear or a cat. Their closest relatives are actually animals called fossa, which are, again, almost an animal amongst themselves, very hard to describe, but they are just amazing. Now, typically found in rainforests of Southeast Asia, very dense rainforest, so you can imagine them right up in the trees. What he's eating today is fruits, but they also eat quite a lot of protein. So at the end of all this fruit today, he's also got some chicken, which he absolutely loves. Now, typically a Binturong would live on their own. So here at Mogo Wildlife Park, we actually are lucky enough to have two. We have a boy, Baru, here, and we have a girl called Daisy. And we have built an enclosure that has, what's the easiest way to explain it? Like a raceway between them. So they're two enclosures that are basically adjacent to each other, so they can always see each other, always smell each other. One very interesting side fact is that Binturongs smell just like popcorn. Now I know you're not going to believe that, and it's hard for me to prove right now, but they smell like popcorn, which is amazing. Now in between their two enclosures we've built a raceway, so like a tunnel system that they can walk across to each other. And every year, so for breeding, when they want to come together, we wait and we watch for signs that they're interested to see each other, and we'll open just one side of that raceway to either encourage Baru to walk across to Daisy, or vice versa, that Daisy could come across to Baru. Now it doesn't allow them into the full enclosure, but gets us to be able to just have a look and see if they're interested to each other. Now, Baru is a beautiful natured animal. But if you have a look at him, he's got quite big teeth. They have pretty sharp claws because they are very good at climbing. So if Binturong don't want to go together, or it's not quite the right time of year, they can be quite aggressive towards each other and could cause quite significant injuries. So that's where it's the job of the zookeeper to really watch and observe. Now, animals can't really talk to us and tell us what they're necessarily thinking, but if we get to know our animals really well, they do actually talk to us in non-verbal ways. It's actually really sweet to see, but when we have one of the sides of the raceway open and Daisy is looking for Baru to come across, she'll roll around on the ground and make some very interesting sort of different noises that you don't always hear, and that encourages Baru to stay interested. So we know at that point that there's a bit more interest in them, and we'll then open the door and allow them to have access both sides. And then we just watch. Hopefully it all goes well, and so far so good. And we're actually really hoping that either later this year or early next year, here at Mogo Wildlife Park, we are going to have babies. Now, we don't have many of them in Australia, so it would be amazing to see. I've never actually seen one in real life, so I can't wait. So fingers crossed. Now, Baru's got his chicken neck now, which, as I said, is a bit of a favourite of his, and it's almost it takes him a bit longer. He really monsters through the fruit, but the chicken does take a little bit longer. So thank you so much for joining me today for Animal of the Day on Education Live. Don't go anywhere, because we do have another special guest coming right up. Thank you.